And our next speaker is Pavel, who is representing multinational, decentralized development group of project Bitcannery, and he's kind of facade, kind of face of this project, and it is pretty cool. It is about locking and encrypting stuff into blockchain, which is something that we used in Bratislava to prove a corruption, and I think this is a really cool use case, and we will tell you more about it. So, Pavel, it's yours.
Is this thing on? Can you hear me? Oh, nice, cool. So, great advantage to speak after Alena. I have the room full. Otherwise, I would have like 5 people, I guess. So thank you for being here, and especially thanks to Paralelní Polis and Juraj and Pavel for inviting me and giving me this opportunity to tell you about our project. So, yeah, this is my favorite picture, but let's start from this one. So don't you just hate it when you're imprisoned by a government or by some other body, and all your digital assets or all your things you want to keep safe get in the wrong hands, or when you suddenly die because, unfortunately, despite all the nice talks we had recently in Paralelní Polis about extending your life expectancy and stuff, we're all but dust, and one day we will just perish. And I think personal freedoms also involves this degree of responsibility when you think about the moment when you're not in charge, but like how to stay in charge when you're not around. So think about this for a moment, like what kind of strategy you have for this moment when you're not around anymore. So this is our solution. We've created a system called Bitcannery. It allows you to keep your secret on the blockchain. In a very specific implementation, it's Ethereum, but we're not binded to Ethereum. We can use any other smart contract compatible blockchain. This system allows you not just to keep your secret on the blockchain. It's delayed publication. So in a nutshell, it works like this. So you're an Alice, you have a secret, you put it on a chain using one key, and another key is split between custodians called keepers, and you perform periodic check-in, which can be whatever action which requires your authorization, but in our case, it's just sending Ether to a smart contract. So while you checking in, everything is fine, and your secret is on the chain, and nobody can access it. But then when moment comes and you missed your check-in, so again, this is how you usually miss your check-in, because you just cannot be there. But then what happens is your secret is decrypted. Custodians provides the parts of the key, and then secret can be accessed to whoever has the second key, your trustee. So this is system. Sorry for skipping the slides. This is like system described like only on one foot. So since I still have a couple of minutes, I can go in specifics. We use, as I said, Ethereum and smart contracts. We use 2 keys. One is asymmetric, another is symmetric. This symmetric key is split between keepers. And we use some kind of hybrid approach. There are projects like Dark Crystal or recent Trezor Shamir secret backup, which is very cool. We also use Shamir, by the way. But in systems like Dark Crystal, for example, you elect your custodians. You pick people who you trust, like your relatives, your friends, your whoever, and then you give them the parts, the shards of your secret. This is working up to a point. Again, if you really if you're a person of the high profile, then finding your family is really, it's quite simple, and like you can enforce your family and friends in the same manner as you can enforce yourself to disclose your secret. But if you have, apart from your family and trusted keepers, you have also some economically incentivized keepers simply put, nodes. Like you can be a keeper in our system. You can run a node on your computer, in your cloud, and just earn money, earn ether. You get this ether for keeping somebody else's secret. So in this case, you have a fine balance between people who incentivized by social bond and between people who just incentivized by money, which is good enough, we think. But okay, no but, there is and. So this is what we suggest. We suggest you opt out from centralized services, obviously notaries, human agents, centralized password storages. It's just amazing how many people still use Google Docs or Gmail for keeping secrets there. I know a very sad story. Some friend of colleague of mine, a great photographer and artist, he deceased last year, and nobody can access his Google Drive. And the family tried to access Google Drive and get his pictures, his artworks from the Google Drive. And Google replied, sorry, we don't care your family. It's personal information. There is no process for that. That's all. So that's, I think it's not good. It's not good enough. Again, for people who really care about freedom, like freedom of the time when you're not there is really important. So the most important part why I'm here, this project is in mainnet, but it's still not production ready. And we eagerly looking for the feedback from the community. We want this code to be audited. We want this DApp, decentralized application, be tested. It's there, it's on the website. You just need the browser to access it, and some ether, some test ether to play with it. Please drop us a line, tell us what you think about that. We just want to build something which is useful. We're also looking for partnerships, so to be part maybe of some wallet. It will be really, I think, useful integration. Same goes for our Keeper node. It can be useful addition to any hardware node. So just be in touch. Everything, it's just application. It's not really interesting, but it's how it looks. So drop us a line, be in touch, and tell us what you think about the project. That's all I have. Thank you.
We have time for one or two questions. So if you have, yeah.
In your diagram, I saw that the secret was first encrypted with your key and then encrypted with this key that gets sharded. Does that mean it's encrypted with both?
Yes, it's encrypted with both.
So if you're taken away, basically it's still encrypted twice and it can't be decrypted with the sharded key.
So given the Assange situation, like as a use case, let's assume he has a trustee, and this trustee has a asymmetric key. So the secret is encrypted with the public key of trustee, and then with this symmetric key which is sharded between keepers. So when a moment comes and you skipped and you miss your check-in, you need to reconstruct the key from the keepers, and then also use your trustee's key, because otherwise keepers can theoretically gather together and then just decrypt the keeper's secret, given the right incentive. Does it answer your question?
Okay, maybe one more question. Anybody? Oh, yeah. Far.
Hey. Sorry, the light is so strong.
I imagine that the keepers will change over time, because even if they're incentivized economically, maybe someone drops out, server dies. How do you manage key rotation in that case?
Absolutely, yes. This is one of the weakest points of current design, because right now we do so-called keeper rotation. That's called exactly that. So you need to reconstruct your contract and bring Alice back online to get secret again. So this is really cumbersome procedure. So you cannot do it automatically. So we are thinking about design which will allow some very, very generous threshold for keepers. So you have just enough keepers. So even people, they will start to drop out and to wither with time. People change their motives, we cannot control them, then still Alice will have just enough keepers to reconstruct the secret. Also reputation system and stake system can help, but yeah, that's That's one of the crucial points we're working on right now. We just need to, we need a lot of keepers. Ideally, like in blockchain, like Bitcoin blockchain, 40,000 will be enough. Yes. But thank you for this question.
Okay, thank you, Pavel, for your talk.
Cool.
Amazing. Give him.
Thank you. Thanks, Parallel Polis.
Love it.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.